Well, trying to get better as always.
Good point.
At this camp, you always try to make sure that you start off the season healthy and try to set yourself up to be healthy through those late days in the season. And of course, try to hone some skills along the way that might have troubled you, the year before. But most of it is trying to set your body up to make sure that you can last the whole year.
What are maybe some of those things that might have troubled you last year that you're trying to iron out now?
Well, I guess I would say, trying to get extended to the ball a little bit more. I think I took my, singles a little more than I needed to, or I could have given a bigger chance on some swings during the year that I'm looking to do this year.
What do you have to do to get beyond that?
Specifically training, getting extended to balls, lots and lots of times in a row. The only way to hit the ball harder is to practice hitting the ball hard. So, that's the goal.
Is there anything to do, that helps with the extension, getting that?
Yeah, tee drills. Could just be a focus, that you have during batting practice drills, but. Yeah, mostly in the cage with early work is where you get most of your mechanical adjustments done, and then, when you get out there, you just try to hit.
Cal, what do you think went into cutting your strikeout rate down the way you did and seemingly making more contact last season? That seemed like a good thing for you.
It was kind of told myself, before the year that I wasn't going to strike out as much, and I figured out how to do that from, practicing training my eyes better, practicing, setting my body up in a position to where, I could hold off on those pitches more often, changing, any number of things, changing the sights of where I was looking with two strikes, thinking that I didn't want to get beat with certain pitches, so I was going to lay off those. Things like that.
What kind of drills or exercises do you do to train your eyes?
Well, you can do one with an arm or with a machine, to where you're having at bats. Sorry, I'm not a bug guy. It's kind of upsetting.
Come on, man.
You're dead. Certain drills you can do at bats, close, or at least batting practice at bats with a BP guy that can throw a couple different pitches. And you just do that. For half the round instead of just taking, straight up batting practice, and you do that long enough and you get really good at, making decisions, because it's a little bit harder when the guy's a little closer and you don't have as much time, and that's a good training tool that I use to simulate that, and it worked out in my favor.
Any of these crazy drills either here or get better that, maybe registered with you, like, okay, maybe I want to keep doing this, try to build off of what they're trying to get here.
For the Pirates?
Yeah.
We did something called occlusion training. I don't know if you've seen that, or
the goggles.
Yeah, with the goggles.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody said that before. But yeah, the occlusion training that we did, as difficult or as much of a hassle as it was to try to get done, it was very beneficial for what I was trying to do, and is to get better at recognizing pitches earlier.
Cal, you got a taste of AAA at the end of last season. What do you feel like you took away from that experience?
Well, see better baseball. That's always the goal when you move up levels. You want to see better baseball, and you want to see if you can compete with that level of baseball. So that was an exciting thing for me to get to go do. Go play right field, mostly hitting a good spot in the lineup, and end up doing pretty well for the time that I had. Awesome experience. Definitely.
I know the right answer here is you got to focus on just yourself, making yourself as good as you can be. But is it ever difficult, trying to tune out, like, hey, there are a lot of other good outfielders, around in this system?
Sure. Yeah. To try to pretend like there aren't other good players that play my position in the system would be silly. But that doesn't matter to me whether they're good or not. I know what I can do, and I know what I'm working towards, and eventually eventually I'll get to where I want to be, regardless.
Cal, what was your reaction to not being protected for the Rule 5 draft, and is that a motivator for you to show that any team, like, this is what I can do, whether it's the Pirates, and I'm not, it doesn't have to be in a negative context, but I'm guessing, just you want to show your abilities as a player. How much of a motivator is that?
Sure. I mean, anybody wants to be protected under the 40 man. It just kind of shows, it shows some confidence from your team in you. But look, teams make decisions for all kinds of reasons. I can't pretend to know every single one of them. Yeah, I would have rather been protected than not. But yeah, I'm gonna play as well as I can, and if I make it to the league with the Pirates, then all good. And if it's not with the Pirates, then all the same.